Hello, welcome back to AB and Me. My name's Dawn, and today we're going to get to part 2 of outdoor activities for toddlers and young children. So let's get to it. So I can't do an outdoor activities video and not mention bikes, trikes and scooters. So yes, a toddler won't be able to pedal on a bike, but you can buy sort of baby friendly or younger style bikes, which are called trikes. So it's got a handle at the back, which you can push them on. So we actually left the pushchair behind and just simply used a trike because my daughter loved it. And actually it was I don't know, just we could fold it down, take the handle off and get it into the boot. We just converted to it because I much preferred it than a pushchair and she also liked it. But obviously you can get balance bikes, and then when they are old enough, teach them how to pedal on a bike with stabilisers, and then a bit bigger, obviously take the stabilisers off. Obviously most people have had a bike, most people know how to ride a bike, so get your child a bike. Alternatively, scooters. I've seen lots of kind of 2-3-year-olds whizzing around on scooters. My little girl, we have a scooter and she just cannot get on with it. However, that's something you might want to think about. And just a little reminder to be safe. So knee pads or shin pads, elbow pads and helmets. Yeah, definitely think safety on this one. So my next one is an activity that you might think isn't very fun because it's probably a chore for most adults, and that's cleaning the car. So my daughter would just sit in the car for ages if I'd let her with the music playing. But when I'm cleaning the car, I usually give her the duster and she kind of helps me clean around. And then I wouldn't give her the Hoover, but and then when we get to cleaning on the outside of the car, I give her a sponge and she helps me wash down the car, plays around with the hose pipe. You know, it's obviously really good for a nice hot summer's day. Probably wouldn't advise it in the winter, but just really, really good fun. Bit of messy, wet play and harmless fun, really. Free, cheap, easy, all that good stuff. So yeah, let your child help you clean your car. Okay, so my next suggestion for a video is taking your child on a train or a bus. So you might do this already just every day for work or for life because you haven't got a car or whatever. And actually, if your child does this all the time, then it probably won't be exciting for them. However, if you have never taken your child on a bus or a train, just basically take them on one. So most kids love vehicles. So as I mentioned before, they love looking at cars and planes and trains. So take them on one. A bus journey isn't that expensive if you just do a couple of stops, or if you can afford it and you don't mind going on public transport, to go on like a proper day out on a bus or a train, have a day out and then come back. They will honestly love it. The whole experience of paying the bus driver, or you know, getting your ticket stamped, that kind of thing, will just be so much fun for them. So another suggestion, a little bit similar to hide and seek and a little bit similar to a treasure hunt, and that is hide the object. So my daughter loves it where she'll pick a teddy or pick a toy and I'll hide it either around the garden, around the house, and then she has to find it. So you can obviously make this as easy or as hard as you like, or obviously depending on your child's sort of age and things, but just really simple, again, free, fun, like no hassle, no mess. So definitely another little activity to remember. So this one is an extravagant one, I think. We personally, we don't own one, but that's getting a tree house. So you may have a tree house already in your home. If you've got a DIY sort of dad or person in your home, they might be able to make one, or if you can afford one, get one made for you. But how great would it be to have a tree house? As a kid, I would have loved it. I know for sure my daughter would love it because she loves being outside. But yeah, obviously it can stay up there. They can play in it for for however long, for many, many years. You probably couldn't let a baby or a toddler up there on their own, but you could still get them up there and do activities out there. And as I said, it would last for years. So it's a really good investment. So an alternative for a tree house is having just an on-the-floor playhouse. So you can get plastic ones and you can get wooden ones. My daughter does have a plastic one. It was gifted to us, so we're very thankful for that. And she does love it. She takes like her chairs out there. She takes her dollies out there. And when she has friends over to play, they play in there or play hide and seek. And she always hides in the house, so we always know where she is. But yeah, it's just another piece of garden play equipment that you could get for your garden. Right, so my next suggestion is a little bit pricey if you need to buy one already. However, you might be able to find a second-hand one on some like pre-loved sites or on social media or from friends and family, and that is getting a trampoline. So you can go small and have like a baby toddler style trampoline that's to the ground and they hold on to it with a little handle. We did have one of those. My daughter's now outgrown it, so we've gone for a bigger one. The one that we've got kind of got a cage side with netting, and you can get various different size ones of those. But yeah, in your garden, and you can just let them out, let them play. It's enclosed, so it's safe, and obviously they can bounce on their own. They can take balls in there and bounce, take the teddy bears in there. But obviously if they have friends or siblings, it does make it more fun. But yes, another idea is getting a trampoline. So we are probably at least halfway through, or maybe just over halfway. Still got quite a few more suggestions left to go. So I hope you're still watching. If you are, thank you very much. And yeah, I'll move on to the next one. Okay, so going back to the messy stuff, another suggestion of mine is slime. So I haven't actually been brave enough yet to do this with my daughter. So you can buy it already made, and there are recipes where you can make your own from like household cupboard style ingredients, but I haven't been brave enough to try it. She is a bit particular about her hands being clean and a little bit precious when it comes to sort of any slimy, like even mud, anything on her hands. So I just haven't yet, but it is very popular at the minute. I'm seeing a lot of children's entertainment videos where they're playing with slime. So I would suggest doing this outdoors, but it is good for most ages. Just be careful to not let your child eat it, as most of them are not edible. So my next suggestion is very, very simple, as some of you will probably own some of this anyway in your garden. So I'm just going to suggest some outdoor sort of play equipment for your child. So you've got the swing, you've got the slide, if you can afford it, like a big kind of climbing frame style house with the slide coming off of it. There's lots of different things out there with like monkey bars and all sorts on it. Basically a play park, but for your garden. You can also get like things, seesaws, you can get yeah, there's loads of things you can get. So look on some entertainment sort of kid stores, or even sometimes supermarkets sometimes sell them, or they do in the UK anyway. If you don't own those things and you're not going to be able to afford or own those things, simply go over to your local park. We love going to the park. Sometimes if I'm running out of ideas or I haven't got long before I need to start making tea and things like that, I will just take my daughter to the park, and then to kind of spice it up a little bit, I'll go to a different park. So I will kind of look online and see where our nearest parks are and kind of mix it up by taking her to different ones, as they all tend to have slightly different play equipment. Right, next one is books. So yeah, you can read books everywhere, anywhere. But obviously this video is outside, so what I'm going to suggest is take the books outside and read them outside. So you can make it fun. You can make a little den out there. If you've got like a tippy tent type thing, take that out there. Get the picnic blanket out, or a blanket or something. You could even read the books in the evening when the sun's going down, and if you've got something like a little fire or a chimney or something, get the blankets out, get your hoodies on. But most kids love books. I do think you need to read to children at a young age. It does really help with their education, picking up all sorts, not just words, but numbers and colours and just life. It just teaches them so much. So just spending a bit of time out there with your child reading, it's really special and really good for them. And yeah, obviously you can make it as exciting or as boring as you like, but we find if we read in the evening before bed, we sometimes do it outside, which is probably not what people do in their bedtime routines. But yeah, we love to be outside reading books. So I hope you're enjoying this video so far. I hope I've mentioned an activity that you haven't thought of yet, or that you haven't done yet, because that is the whole point of this video. But yeah, just a little reminder again to subscribe and like. Right, so my next suggestion, the next outdoor activity for toddlers, babies, young children, or probably not babies actually for this one, is getting outside and enjoying the rain. So in the UK, we get lots of rain. Most of our summer is rain. So what I would say is don't avoid it. Let your child get out there, obviously with the appropriate clothing on and shoes and everything, but just let them get outside and enjoy the rain. I remember being a child, being outside, you know, a lovely hot summer's day, all of a sudden it starts raining. It's so much fun, just getting wet, playing with your friends and jumping in puddles. Obviously make sure it's appropriate. It can't be like -degrees outside and things like that, and absolutely, you know, complete hurricane storm approaching. But yeah, outside, jumping in puddles, getting wet in the rain, so much fun. So right then, guys, I'm down to my final activity. So thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for watching this video to the end. I'm really, really grateful. So the last one is very simple, and that's taking your child on a walk. So if you're lucky enough to live by the coast or the beach, somewhere a bit more interesting than your garden, that's great. But if the garden is all you have, or your local area, that's absolutely fine. Get them out, get them some sunshine, get them some fresh air. It's just really good for exercise, really good for health, mental health, all of that good stuff. So, but as I said, if you are lucky enough to live somewhere where there's kind of a bit of scenery, a bit of mountains, a bit of forest, get them out, get them exploring. It's really, really good for them, really, really good for you. So thank you very much, everyone. We are now at the end of part 2 of the outdoor activities for toddlers and young children. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've got some activities that you're going to try with your children after watching this video. Actually, if you've watched the first part and you have completed some of those activities, please give me a comment down below, as it's great to hear what you guys have been up to and if you've enjoyed them. And then, just as always, if you haven't done already, please like, please subscribe. There should be a button along here somewhere. It really does help to support my channel, and I really appreciate all the support. So yeah, please do that. And I think there might be a part 3, just because I had so many outdoor activities, and like I said before, I just couldn't get them into one video, and actually I'm struggling to get them into 2. So I think there will be a part 3, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And yeah, that's it. So that's goodbye for now, and see you for the next video. Bye bye.